Good morning. Don Pelayo here. Just wanted to put out another video real quick. I did a longer video last night, so you guys might want to check that out. Sometimes yesterday I had kind of a bad day yesterday. Yesterday was not a good day for me. The day started off bad. I woke up from a dream and I was all angry in the morning. The rest of the day didn't get much better. I just kind of stayed in that mindset, that frame of mind all day yesterday. I just wasn't a very good day for me. Feeling a little better this morning. I have taken it easy this morning. I did go. I did go to the local coin shop. I like to collect things. I am kind of a collector of things. I've always had a baseball card collection. I collect books. I've got a lot of books, bookcases full of books. And I also collect coins. I kind of fell into the coin hobby. My mom had coins that she inherited from her mother, and I kind of wound up with them and started working on it a little bit here and there. I'm working on completing a complete set of the Lincoln cents, the pennies from 1909 to now. I'm in I'm starting to get back to the older dates. Right now I'm working on the 1931s. I just need the S, which is the most expensive, of course, of that year. But I'll be working on putting money aside. The thing is, I've got so many different financial goals. It's like I'm trying to pay down debt. I'm trying to save money, trying to put money in my daughter's accounts. I'm trying, all these different things. It's like it doesn't leave a lot of money for hobbies. But today I went to the local coin shop and I bought a few coins. One of which I wanted to, maybe I'll show you guys. I thought this was kind of cool. This is I don't know if you can see that. That is an 1851 large cent. I thought it was a pretty good shape. It's still got the original copper luster to it. Let's see. That's the back there. You can see that. Anyway, I bought a couple of Indian head cents as well. If you're not too familiar with those, this is what they look like. This is what the penny looked like right before the Lincoln cent came out. This is what it looked like. I don't know if you can see that. The Indian head was around for a long time. I think it came out in the 1850s, and it was there until the Lincoln cent came out in 1909. So that was what our pennies looked like for about 50 or 60 years. Anyway, I love collecting things. It's just a hobby of mine. I'll spend some time working on my hobbies a little bit. I have decided that I really need to increase my income just because I enjoy my hobbies and I don't have a lot of spare money for hobbies right now. So I need to increase my income. And I'm trying to come up with some ways of doing that. It's like, I DoorDash in the evenings, and there for a while I was doing about 300 a week. I had set a goal to do 500 a week, and I did 2 weeks in a row at about that clip, but it kind of burns you out. And I think I've hit a stall, and it's like I just don't feel like doing it. And I'm gonna rest today. I may go out this evening and do some, but I think I'm gonna rest till Monday and get started next week going at it again. But I think I have decided that I need to really be looking for ways to generate more income. I don't have a bad income. Last year, I live in central North Carolina. I think last year I made somewhere in the ballpark of 85, somewhere in that ballpark, which is decent money. But life has gotten a lot more expensive. That 85,000 doesn't go as far as it used to. And so now I'm kind of thinking, well, I need to start looking for a six-figure job, and I don't know if I could get that where I'm at right now. I would love to think I could, but that might be that might not be in the business budget. But so anyway, I'm thinking about things. I What it would probably mean is I would have to be see right now I'm more of in a support role with our financial advisors in our office. I do a lot of the account opening and any kind of maintenance rollovers, all that kind of thing. I take care of all of that stuff. Getting annuities opened and funded and all of that. And they're out doing the sales piece, selling the products. I probably need to get more on the sales side again. I was on the sales side for years at Merrill. Uh, I probably need to get back into that. So, um, we're gonna see. I've just gotta think about how I'm going to approach that. The economy's pretty weak right now, so I don't know if this is going to be something I do right away. I may have to wait until the economy turns more positive because it's kind of sour right now. But we'll see what happens. I There's a lot of money out there, and there's a lot of people making a lot of money, and I see it every day. With the clients that we work with, and I just feel like with my background, with my education, I should be making somewhere in the 100 to 125K a year income. I feel like that's where I should be, given where I'm at in my current stage of my career, with my experience and everything else. So it'll probably mean having to get back on in sales. So more to come on that in the future. I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. It's just, with the economy the way it is. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of get on here and I'm wanting to put out more content, more videos. I'd encourage, comments if there's anything that in particular that you guys want me to talk about. I do keep up with the media a little bit and what's going on in the news. We had some pretty bad storms pass through the southeastern United States. My brother right now lives in Arkansas, and they had a lot of tornadoes down there. He's okay, but it just not a very peaceful night's sleep, um, we are waiting to see what happens with this with the government budget, if there's going to be a shutdown or not. Personally, I am just tired of all the government BS. It's like I want these people, and I know there's huge disagreements on what's best for the country. Democrats and Republicans have very different ideas as to on the approach. Their approach is different. Republicans want to spur economic growth by lowering taxes and spurring economic growth that way. Democrats want higher taxes and redistributing more of the income from the top to people more at the bottom. And so two different approaches. It's up to, it's kind of an opinion which one is better for the country. In terms of the health of our economy, which one is better? There's a lot of debate about that. I don't know, and trying to convince other people. I'm kind of, I kind of feel like I like the lower taxes. I think they should renew Trump's tax cuts that were passed back in 2017. I don't think we really need new tax. We got to have some income. The government's got to have some income to pay down the debt. So I would have them remove the cap on Social Security tax. That would be one thing I would do. That's a position the Democrats support and Republicans don't, but I'm on the Democrat side on that. In terms of other taxes, I do feel like they should renew Trump's tax cuts, the 2017 tax cuts, but no new tax cuts. And then let's get our government spending down. Make just the essentials. You got to keep Social Security. You got to keep Medicare, Medicaid. Those have got to get paid to the people that are genuinely in need and are are qualifying for that. I do think they could reduce some spending in those categories if there's any kind of fraud or any kind of situation where there's people abusing the systems. Yes, I mean there are people in the country that are living off of these systems for years and decades. Social Security, that's what it's there for. It's there for your old age. So I mean, if you're over the age of 62, you qualify, and you have enough work history, you qualify for Social Security income. Medicare, over the age of 65, and then with Medicaid, it really is income, determined. I would have them look into Social Security, disability, Social Security disability. They are pretty strict with Social Security disability. I don't think there's a whole lot of fraud going on there because it is really tough to get approved for that. So we got to find places to cut. I think until we get our deficit down, until we have a balanced budget, we need to cut all the foreign aid. We need to cut all the money leaving our country going to other countries that we're just giving out. And that may include cutting some of the money that we're giving to Israel too. It's like, I mean, I know people are going to be up in arms about that, but Israel's okay. They need us. They need some support, but I think they've got a defense that they could last, that they could take care of themselves for a while. We could, open up trade with Israel. I mean, Israel does have some industries and things there. Our military, with the military, it's a hard call because we do have a lot of threats going on around the world with China. Here's my opinion about the China thing. If China moves to take Taiwan, I don't think there's much that we can do about it. Taiwan is like 80 miles off of China's coast. And China has 1.2 billion people. Are we really going to try to go fight a war over there? I don't see that that's going to work. I do think that we have other weapons where we wouldn't have to do a military type war, but we are China's biggest trade partner, and if we just stop trading with them and shut down our business there. China was a third world country before we got over there and started moving our jobs over there. They can go back to being a third world country. It's we cut them off. China's also got some other problems. China has their population is shrinking. India has overtaken them as the world's most populous country, and they for a long time they had that one child policy where they were only allowing families to have one child, and they've really they kind of hurt themselves with that. But also everything going on in the Eastern Europe, Middle East is always a mess. We do have to worry about terrorists here in the United States coming to the United States and trying to do another attack here. I think our military needs to be focused on protecting the homeland, protecting our interests abroad. Other than that, we can, support our allies, but, if unless they're attacked, look, Europe needs to start funding its own defense, providing for their own defense there. The United States shouldn't be waiting for us to come save them. Same thing goes for Australia. Australia should be able to build their own military, be able to protect themselves from China. They've had some squabbles with China. Um, so that's the way I see it. Um, we've got to cut back. We just have to cut back some of the spending that we've been doing the last several decades. Got to happen. Um, Once we get to a position where we have balanced our budget, we need to have a balanced budget. Reduce the spending, get our budget, deficit eliminated, and then we need to start working on paying off some of this debt. I think Trump's working on some plans that way with the $5 million gold card, the golden visa. It's basically a visa. It's a residence visa. Europe did something very similar. I know in particular Spain. Spain had it for a while. They just recently got rid of it, but they had a golden visa where if you invested $500,000, if you spent $500,000 in real estate over there in Spain, you could qualify for the golden visa, which gave you residency in Spain. And they had other ways too. You could invest. There was other ways of doing it. You could invest in businesses over there, a certain dollar amount. I think it was $1 million, $2 million in their government debt. There were other ways to do it, but so other countries have done this. This is not something that Trump just came up with. Europe was doing it for a while. So I think, and if we got $5 million each, let's just say that he is able to get 100,000 people from around the world to do that. That's $5 trillion, and you pay off debt with it. that will help us out some. At least until we can start really getting our budget in line and have a revenue positive budget. It's like Trump is looking at the government like a business. He any business that just stays losing money year after year after year after year after year, it's eventually going to go out of business. Government's the same way. I mean, we just can't continue that. We've got to get to a point where our government can fund itself and have positive cash flow where it can pay off its debt. I'm all for that. So anyway, you guys have a great Saturday. I'm going to get up and work on my hobby stuff a little bit and enjoy the day.